last time on I Love You, Colonel Sanders.
What the hell? We can't win. Embarrassed and ashamed
There's
by
no
your poor
winning this.
performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone.
And now,
Beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to
Decide to get
And he
married
won't-
already?
Sex.
He won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly.
I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out.
You have gonorrhea.
You know what Brandon, you know what he starts to sound like?
What?
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
Number 15, Burger
I'm
King
fine.
foot
Can't you
lettuce.
just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fire. I'll never be a master chef. I'll never win Chopped.
Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. I have to say number 15 before I start talking, though, to get into the voice.
Number 15.
Number 15. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? It turns out that might be what you get.
Yeah.
This muffin looks awfully like a hamster. Someone bake a hamster into my muffin.
That's exactly what I think.
Well, then think
Did someone
again.
bake a hamster into your muffin too?
Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school. Incredibly
Wow, modest,
handsome.
isn't he?
Successful, motivated, well handsome, sure. I was born that way, but I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician, whatever that means.
I don't know what that is.
I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight.
He got
I
shot.
shot him.
I didn't know.
People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been.
Sounds like this guy could really use a hug.
I've resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from getting the best that I have to give.
As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion.
One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that it's something that
Humble man. This dude's
it's
not
something
humble.
that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds.
Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle-scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's a spork monster. Borko?
It is I. I know I said I want to be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know that
This hurts.
I know what it's like to always having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right?
Aw, thanks, Borko.
Monster promise be like,
I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched into attack mode.
I know that you're strong and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually need to go to this school. I actually used to go to the school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see.
I don't
I was
believe
Obama.
it. You're human ones?
Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I'm still a student. Till one day some mean kid with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed.
A magic spell book.
Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on dark and evil magic. You should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile.
I don't
If
know.
you need me, don't fear. I will be there.
It sounds like there are some bad there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Al and Lulu, together I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss.
A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out.
It's a
Stepping
barn.
inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him.
Why is there
It
just
looks
a
like you
chicken
live
on his
in an
counter?
exciting life, Colonel Sanders. I wonder
There's
why.
a chicken on his counter.
Well, he is Colonel Sanders.
Number 13.
I swear, just gonna.
KFC chicken skin foreskin. The last thing you'd want in your
In your
KFC
foreskin, it's chicken.
It's
But as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef.
Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to prepare with something. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy, both perhaps.
Spicy
Now you've
chicken.
Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or should you keep it a secret just for you?
Well, I
What
feel
do we
like
do, boys?
if
You gotta
bounce,
reveal it.
if you bounce ideas off of another chef, you might make some suggestions,
Yeah.
make the recipe
Flash
even
your
better.
boobs.
Yeah.
You decide that you're ready as you'll ever be. You'll share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders, where you can talk yourself out of it. You decide to dive in headfirst. Reach into a lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original oh, gross.
Ew, coleslaw sucks.
Yeah, exactly. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway.
This is just freaking. This is how KFC items were invented. From him being in a university that looks like a Japanese high school.
This is worse than number 15. Burger King foot
It's number
lettuce.
4.
Number 4. KFC coleslaw. The last thing you want.
The last thing you want when you eat is coleslaw. But
Yeah,
as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl.
Only a spoonful.
Do you
Ew.
Do you mind
don't like
if
it.
I throw it in the fucking trash? This is dog and I don't want this ever again in my life.
You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not?
Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment.
You
And he
realize
just
that
goes
now
to
would be the
washroom
perfect
and
time
you
to
just
do
hear
some
this.
snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap an item to discover more about the Colonel.
You just pull like a
This must
lever
be
and
where he
all you
keeps the
hear is
secret
just.
recipe.
In the early
You think for a moment what number is important to Colonel Sanders, then it dawns on you. As soon as he turns the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared? I don't know what that says.
Sashimi style. No! That's raw.
Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. An adorable baby boy crawls across the floor from the goatee and mustache combo he sports. You figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That or maybe the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? Ooh,
Ayo.
burn. Tap on an item. Oh, okay.
Or the same
have to
person
go through
puts
all of them?
coleslaw in their menu.
The photo appears
Yeah.
to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. One of the frame photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is.
Pete or
Take
Griffin?
a closer look at the large urn sitting on the nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of my past creators and business failures." Poor guy. Damn, that's sad. Send a candle you pick it up and try to identify the smell. It's chicken, isn't it?
It's
A power
Gwyneth
tool?
Paltrow's vagina candle.
Freshly starched. Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina? Piece
Ooh.
Yeah,
of
there's
wood
a-
floating in a lake?
No, it's Ethan Klein's asshole. It was the summer of
It's the secret Gwyneth
69.
Paltrow's-
Summer of 69? No, it's one of the secret ingredients. It's it.
Wait, I
Meth.
think it's probably something else, so I'd guess it'd be, period blood.
It's
Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina.
Oh! Yeah, there we go.
A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair they are in isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver.
This is actually becoming like North Korean propaganda, where it's like saying like
Yeah.
Kim Jong Un
You
doesn't
gaze out
poop.
the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up.
Obama. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death?
Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you?
I could tell you my name right now. It's
Can't you see him in the middle of
Joe.
something? F off. You open the window a crack, and the ghost of student is
busy.
swept out with a breeze. This
Wow.
poor dude.
This poor
We're such
dude, he
I'm busy.
dies,
I
and
wanna get-
literally
I'm
nobody
getting wet.
cares.
You know, it's a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when he was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Door. When you open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within, you take off one of the hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. Give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has this new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. Try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket.
I don't usually loan these out, but I must say, it does look good on you.
somebody
Oh,
baked
crap,
a
the
hamster
jacket.
into my
You forgot to
muffin.
take it off. Tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth.
Just
Oh,
say
we're cold.
you're cold.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace.
It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? If you look closely inside, you might see your coleslaw.
Next is the
everything feels
macaroni
like it's moving
salad.
too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. Final exams are tomorrow. Oh, I guess it is day 3, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only
You should
day
be thinking
3.
about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and your panties and run for the door.
You just latch
But
on him.
the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an moment breakthrough gives you a pause. You stop yourself. Colonel,
Yes, Alan Lulu.
I honestly think this might just be the beginning of something wonderful.
I think you're right. We should take things slow.
No, I want sex.
Yeah.
You talk late into the night and drift off into slumber. Dream sequence. You wake up to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you learned about.
Gwyneth Paltrow's
Gwyneth
vagina.
Paltrow's vagina. In some jurisdictions, Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room, holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it.
Here is a simple breakfast I just whipped up. The whipped cream on there is my cum.
It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question.
So, would you say we're the perfect match?
How presumptuous.
My cuisine and your taste buds, that is.
Such
Not,
confidence, such
not
grace.
the other
Could
way
he-
around, though, because your coleslaw and my taste buds do not match at all.
Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Let's flatter him. You know, I think we would make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eyes as he gazes out the window.
And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail.
Business partner? Could he be talking about you? It's happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for the Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you.
Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I fought that Hobart. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you.
It's okay, I was just...
But now that it turns out that you're fine, I could finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam.
Bitch. Sure, but...
You'll not believe what happened after school. What happened to me after school yesterday? I went on a date.
I think I can believe that.
Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him.
I swear, like in like a few like nights, it's just gonna be like you're just gonna hear, oh, yes, you bitch. Oh, yes, hit me there. Yes, spank me. Yes. Oh, yes.
Of course I told him. You'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he just didn't listen. But he was just... But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control.
Did he die? Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker?
Now I'm not really sure where we land.
Or we stand.
Or where we stand.
You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up of the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. We f***ed!
Ooh. You
We
what?
tasted awful coleslaw.
Nothing happened, but the emotional collection. Oh, wowzers. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from the distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not grasp that fact. Because, you know,
Yeah, it's
he's
definitely.
What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. What's a cream pie? It sounds delicious.
Pop. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one. I'll order you up one right away.
Now my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat.
Oh my gosh, that freaking lady is actually. She looks like she's on meth.
She has her tongue sticking out.
That's the sex.
Oh, I thought that was like lipstick.
Oh, maybe it is.
Maybe.
Probably is.
You can get your swirly dipped too. I mean, in your penis.
Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school?
I'm gonna punch the principal.
Wouldn't that be the dog?
Oh, no, that's a
principal.
teacher.
No, the dog at the start, he said he was also CEO and founder.
Oh,
Yeah, he's gonna punch the dog, I guess.
uh-oh.
There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school. Who would dare pick on on such a gentle, beautiful creature? Probably
Me.
that woman.
You've got some nerve, Alan Lulu, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words. I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain.
You don't
Doesn't
really have
look
a
like you
fist
can
to
go on
clench.
cooking like that. Might as well just give up.
Yo,
I'll never
shut
give
the
up,
fuck up, Van
ever.
Bang. You poison a kid.
Colonel Sanders right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You've literally
He
murdered
killed
someone.
I mean, no one cares about him, but you know.
Yeah.
Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are getting close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on.
Is everything excited? Well, is everyone excited for the final day of school? Alan Lulu, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon, as long as you don't cook some coleslaw.
That's gonna be our signature. That's what we're
I
gonna cook.
swear, if you make my macaroni salad, you will die.
Oh, they're gonna make macaroni salad as the final dish, aren't they?
Bro, I just read this in my head. What a bitch. And,
Are you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I broke a nail winning so hard.
Wow, what a fucking bitch. Honestly, like,
Yeah.
fuck her.
You said
Anyways.
that word.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. Much better presentation than that fucking coleslaw.
Are you still on this, Colonel Sanders? That was last night.
Yeah.
What is he doing
How do you
complimenting
know
her?
that? But what about the flavor of my warm chocolate gooey sauce? I'm talking about my coochie juice.
My warm chocolate gooey sauce. It's warm gooey chocolate sauce. You're
My
just,
warm gooey chocolate sauce.
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received.
that's a lot of words to say. It was bland.
Excuse me, Alan
We did it bad.
Lulu. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. For example, your coleslaw that you made me last night.
It was so fucking shit. I don't think I ever want to eat a single thing in my life. You put me off cooking forever.
Yeah.
I like how this has just turned into us getting on the coleslaw at KFC. Except it is garbage. It's as bad
Coleslaw
as
in general
macaroni
is just
salad.
bad.
Yeah. Also macaroni
Anyway.
salad, usually.
Yeah.
Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel.
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. You know what wasn't a fine food?
The coleslaw.
Alan Lulu's coleslaw. See you inside, Alan Lulu. Please
Also,
don't bring your
Count your
coleslaw.
days.
Count your days. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
Oh, that's that book? It looks like bad news.
Whoa.
It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
It's fucking Necronomicon.
A
It's the
grimoire?
Necron-
Like a
It's like
book of
Evil Dead.
spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful?
Ask any
I can
kindergartner
think of
and
a
they will prove you
surefire
wrong.
way to find out.
Yeah.
You open up a page to cover with arcane writings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final
That's
exam.
awful.
No,
I
that's,
know it
Circles of
won't,
choice.
because he's
Don't
still
do
gonna
it.
be
Don't.
there. Like, you can still meet him again.
yeah, but
Yeah, that's worse.
that is
Because it's like meeting him for the first time again.
Yeah. Well, hey, at least you won't have the memory of giving Colonel Sanders coleslaw.
But he'll
True.
still have the memory.
Do
Wait.
it for him then.
Yeah, make
Every
him
taste
forget
memory of
about the
making
coleslaw.
coleslaw.
That would just fix your relationship right there. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger.
I should
Okay,
do
fine.
necromancy
It is
next.
drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures.
What?
You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Oh no.
Why?
Oh fuck.
Don't do it.
Don't
Don't do it.
Don't.
No.
You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want all of you to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on. By it I assure you
Dog
it's
moment.
nothing
Top
to be
text
afraid
bottom
of.
text.
His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. You reach out into your backpack and grab some homework
Oh.
from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. Ahem. I apologize for my outburst. I know it seems cliche, but not much in this world satisfies like ungraded work. My, Alan Lulu, were you studying something with cinnamon? I've been sitting on a lecture series about the art of cake baking. How
No, I
insightful.
farted on it.
This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Alan Lulu, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Finkel's is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room.
I told you to save it for after class. Oh, Logan, you're coming in.
Oh.
How is he crying? He's a robot.
Low job.
You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger?
Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language for mechanical noises.
Listen here. I told you you were strapped onto me. That was that appendage. Brr.
But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan. J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend.
Guys, my parachute failed.
Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can hold hands as you pedal down the mountain, or off a cliff for all I care.
Logan. Oh, okay. That's it? Cool. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out from the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops in his tracks. Oh, he died.
Wow.
No amount of seasoning is gonna make me want to eat that, Clank. Like it's a
Clank
frick.
burps out a completely fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from.
Oh, I thought it
Came
was gonna be a
from the
picture of
chicken
coleslaw.
ghost.
In terms of deep fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see what that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public break up to cast a pall over the final day of school.
Oh yeah, he's gonna jack
Well, that
off with
was-
that shoe.
Well, that was unfortunate.
It wasn't deep fried. It's just crusty.
Yeah.
But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. Final competition, showdown challenge exam, TM. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all at the arena. Before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay?
Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor.
Thank God it is not coleslaw.
How could he embarrass me in a class like that, in front of everyone? What could be worse? Someone cooking me coleslaw?
Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is just a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way.
You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me.
Of course not. Well, maybe, sort of. But I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a big ranch. Enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along.
Excluding
It's not-
coleslaw.
If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow is this whole year's. Tomorrow or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks.
I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup.
And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you're pep talking Miriam, you completely miss lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish.
Next time on I Love You, Colonel Sanders.
This is it, the location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent.